Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be going over one of the most simple strategies that you guys could possibly learn. This is a strategy that helped me develop my edge early on in my trading journey, and I think this could as well play out for you guys, teach you guys a little bit about market structure, a little bit about executions, a little bit more on draws of liquidity, where to predict the next draw of liquidity, so on and so forth, right? So if you guys want to take some notes, please feel free to do so. If you guys want to screen record and look back to this video later on, please feel free to do so. All right, it is very simple, so I will get straight into it. All right, all you're going to do first and foremost, you're going to wait on the 15-minute chart. You're going to wait for the 9:30 candle to print. All right, so now that we see the 9:30 candle print, all you're going to do is you're going to go over here to your toolbar. You're going to click your horizontal ray. You're going to make sure that your magnet is on. All right, and you're going to mark these out in black. Okay. Once that is marked out, what you're going to do is you're going to drop down into the 3-minute or the 1 minute. All right, so in this instance, I will drop down into the 1 minute just to show you guys the specifics and really get down and gritty with it. All right, so on the 1 minute, all you're doing is you want to see, right, price come up and close above, or come down and close below this orb, right? So what does orb stand for? Orb stands for opening range breakout, all right? And this is probably one of the easiest strategies that you could learn, especially if you're new coming along to the channel, right? So all you're gonna do, once this 15-minute orb is taken out or placed, what you're gonna do is you're going to mark out all of your previous highs and lows, all right, or all of your relevant draws on liquidity moving forward, all right? So now that we have all of our highs and lows marked out, we are just going to wait for price to make a breakout, all right? And we are going to execute on the breakout, guys. All right, so we're staying very patient. Nothing has been broken yet. Now we see a breakout, all right? Once you see this breakout, all you're going to do is enter in a position, right? So now that we broke towards the upside, you could take your entry, you could target the next draw on liquidity here and put your stops right under the opposite side of that orb, okay? This will give you, on more times than not, a 1-to-1. You could even target a little bit higher if it is relative to what you're targeting, right? So as you can see, you have all these stacked highs right here, right? These are all low resistance liquidity, right? So I wouldn't be mad at you if you wanted to target all 4 of these up here, right? But most important, once the first draw on liquidity is taken, what you need to do first and foremost is put your stops at break even and protect the rest of your trade, okay? If you did want to run and try to look to target all of these low resistance highs, please, as soon as the first draw on liquidity is taken, put those stops at break even, mitigate your risk, take your risk off the table, and enjoy the rest of your profit, all right? Most of the time, you can take full exit at the first draw on liquidity once opening range is broken out, right? Because more times than not, on this type of strategy, it's only looking to sweep out 1 or 2 relative highs or lows prior to making any type of reversal or retracement, all right? Today was very clean market structure, very clean price action. So we actually ran through all 4 of these draws on liquidity, one after another, and it was a great setup, a great entry, and a great execution. You would have been in and out of the market today from 9:49 until 9:53, and you would have tackled 14.2 points. Like, what more could you possibly ask for, especially on a no news week like we have this week, right? So again, all we're doing is we're marking out the highs and the lows of that first 15-minute gap, right? Or that first 15-minute candle that prints at 9:30, and we just wait for a breakout, right? You could go on the 5-minute chart, wait for a breakout on the 5-minute. You could prefer the 3-minute. I would prefer the 3-minute, or more importantly, the 1-minute, because the 1-minute is going to give you that sniper execution or that sniper entry that we look for. You would have entered right on this breakout at 9:49, and you would have ran it all the way up to about 9:53, tackling, again, like I said, 14.2 points prior to seeing any type of retracement or reversal. And that is one of the easiest strategies that you could do, all right? If it were to break out to the downside, right, you would enter on that breakout and you would target these lows here as your first draw, these relative equal lows here that you have. And then you also have this pre-market low here that was formed this morning at 8:46 this morning. But like I said, once that initial draw on liquidity is swept out, please do yourselves a favor and put your stop loss at break even, because it is never guaranteed that price will continue in this direction moving forward or be your daily bias for the day. All right. Again, very easy strategy. It's not the best winning percentage. It's about 60% win percentage. So risk lightly. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. If you miss this entry, it's okay. I wouldn't try to chase it. I wouldn't enter on any one of these candles moving forward if you did miss the initial entry, because like I said, the entry it has to be pinpoint, it has to be exact, and it has to come right after that breakout, or it will not work with your P&L, okay? I love you guys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave me some comments. I'll leave my Instagram in the description below. Feel free to DM me with any questions or concerns you might have. And always remember, trade smart and always use a stop loss. I love you all. Till next time, peace.